There he is, there he is. Oh gosh. You got my Senko. Oh no, I lost my Senko. There you go. Folks, today we're at Roosevelt Lake playing around and doing something a little bit different. But man, I'm telling you, the fish are shallow and the fishing's a lot of fun. Look at all this stuff up in here. I just happened to see that fish in there and threw right down in there and caught him. But man, the lake is full. You couldn't ask for a better lake right now. And I'll tell you, I caught that fish on something a little different. I set a Senko, and I did catch it on a Senko. But one of the things that's a lot of fun to do that a lot of folks don't know a whole lot about, that don't seem to do it, is a lot of times I like to swim a Senko a little bit. But to get that little swim action, and when you're in a little bit dirtier water, I've gone to a little blade that I like to throw on the end of it. And it's one of those secrets I kind of hate to give away, but you can see right here, it's a TRD spin is what that is. It's got a little keeper on it. Boy, you don't want to be losing a lot of those though with the, like I just did, but it happens. You want to make sure you get plenty of them. Just sticks right in the end of the little Senko. This one's a 4-inch. I got one on a 5-inch. We'll be checking that out. We'll put a small one on it and see if we can't get something on it. But this is just a little willow leaf. They make them in Colorado in willow leaf blades. And I like to swim it a little bit. Throw it out there and instead of just letting it fall by the bush, a lot of times, and this is the reason why I do this particular technique, is a lot of times when the fish have been really hammered by a lot of boats, which is what we have a lot right now, is a lot of boats on the water. Today isn't too bad, but lately it's been pretty bad. But here's the deal. A lot of these fish see that weightless Senko falling down and it's awesome. It still works great. But man, I'm telling you, anytime you get a little flash in there on this little dude and you can swim it a little bit, especially in this dirtier water, they see it, they go after it, they eat it. And that's what just happened there. A lot of fun to throw. So you can throw it out there, bring it by the bush, let it fall, let it flutter down. That little flash sometimes just does the trick, man, when you can't get bit just on a regular falling Senko. But a lot of times what I'm doing is I'll just slow roll the thing in and they'll hammer it on the way in. That's what makes this bait so much fun. And I'll tell you what, when you throw it out there and just kind of swim it slow, they get it. He will get it. And the other thing I like about it is when I pop the rod tip like this, I get a little flash out of it. I'm gonna bring it by the boat so you can see what I'm saying. Now, right here, see if you can see it. This is me just swimming it in. Now look at that little blade turning. Now watch what happens when see how it flashes when I pop it? A lot of times they see that flash and they go right after it. And that little blade's about the size of one of those little shad too. But whatever it does, it attracts the fish and they bite it. Now, I got a 5-inch Senko hooked up. I'm gonna tie one on that's got the little Colorado blade. And the reason why I like the little Colorado blade on the 5-inch is because I like it to fall a little bit slower when I'm reeling this in. So it offers a lot of vibration, that little Colorado. You just pop it in there like so. And it offers a little bit more vibration when you throw it out there. And it slows the bait down just a little bit because it'll fall pretty fast. It's got like a little weight. It's not a weight, but it feels like a weight. So let me show you what this looks like coming through the water. It's really neat. Let me show it to you. We're gonna throw these two baits today and see if we can get bit on them. And then I can still make it flash a little bit by popping it. But a little bit more vibration. So, we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Maybe we'll catch us a fish. But this is something like I'll throw right up to the bank with this and just kind of slowly reel it off. And boy, they just stomp on it. Got him. Little guy. Little guy. Just swimming that thing in. That's the risk you take. I pull up the 4-inch little Senko with the blade, you catch the big fish. Pull up the big one, you catch the little fish. what makes this so unique and so much fun to throw is a lot of times when you have a lot of these fish that are, say, watching fry, things like that, and they're real territorial, that little flash just swimming it, you know, through the area, they just hammer it. There's something about it to where, you know, they just go after it. It's that flash. I know it's that flash. And it's little. It's so small and subtle. It works out really good. But look how long that little dude is. It goes way up inside the plastic and gives you plenty of bite right here. There's 2 keepers on it. One there, so it doesn't fall out. So it works out really good. Just a little tiny blade with a little swivel on it. It's amazing. Let me grab another one here. Okay, here's how you rig this thing. Just stick it right in the tail of the bait right here, okay? All the way down. Make sure it's straight, all the way down to where the eye is. There you go. And there you have it. It's ready to go. So we'll hook her back up. I'm throwing this on a little 4/0 hook, wide gap. That way I get a good bite on it. Swims good that way. Throw it up in the tree and let it flutter down where those bass are, and as it flutters down, ooh, boy, they get it. A lot of times you're gonna get your fish on the fall or as you're swimming it. Got him. And I lost my Senko, but I got him. Little bit bigger fish flipping up in there. Flipped it over a log. He came out and got it. He did get my Senko though, doggone it. But you gotta use some heavy line in there at times. Come on, I got it. Not a big fish, but you know, just throwing right up there in the shallows, flipping this bait right up in there and letting it flutter down by these trees. On the other side, just letting it flutter down, he hammered it and gave me the opportunity to set the hook. You know, that's something else that's really important to remember when you're throwing this kind of rig. You know, normally with a Senko, you can get by with 10-pound, 12-pound line, or, you know, a lot of times I'm throwing it on a spinning outfit. But when I get up into these heavy trees like this, I'll still throw a spinning outfit at times, but more than likely, I'm gonna pick up my big bait caster, 17-pound test line, throw a little bit bigger bait in there. And the cool thing about those little blades too is it offers a little bit more heaviness to the bait, so I can still throw it weightless, let it flutter down, and man, they just crush it. But yeah, 17-pound test line is what I'm throwing today in this stuff. So, you know, and I'll, like I said, I've got this other one rigged up. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna rig me up another 5-incher, but definitely want to go with some heavy line. The wind's starting to blow a little bit, and I think that's one thing that helps that little blade a lot too, is when the wind's blowing a little bit, it kind of just spins around and flutters down. But there's nothing more fun than bringing it over a stick. You bring the bait over the stick, you let it just flutter down, and that little blade just twirls down like that, and they sock it, and that's what he did right there. So that was a lot of fun. You know, a lot of it with this kind of fishing, there's a couple of things to remember. Number one, color. I like watermelon, green pumpkin, things like that, especially with the water being just a tad dingy. I like those colors. Those are good colors for me. The other thing is, one of the most important thing that you can remember doing this kind of fishing is you're flipping, you're pitching, and you're casting, and you're kind of, you got to get good at your casting. Otherwise, you'll be up in the trees and everything else. A lot of times you'll see me pick the bait. It's heavy enough for me to be able to just pick it up and kind of just wing it out there, just like so. You can practice this at home to where you can get a good little pitch out, because it's very important to do that. Otherwise, you're going to be all over the place and be in these trees and be caught up a lot. This looks easy. It's not. I didn't realize how it wasn't so easy by taking a few guide trips out and trying to do this. You know, when you're just learning how to cast and you're really just used to overhead casting a lot, you have to learn to throw underhanded. You have to learn how to pitch. You have to learn how to do that kind of thing and get accurate with it, where you can throw it a coffee can or something like that and get it in a coffee can or something like that at home, where you can put this in those trees and in those bushes where you want, where you're not getting hung up so much. It's very important to remember that. If you don't, you're going to be getting hung up a lot, and you're going to have a more miserable time trying to do this kind of fishing than you are catching the fish. And the other thing that's really important, and I've said this before a lot when I'm fishing, is if you do overcast over a tree, not to panic, you know, not to sling the bait really quick. You just let it fall in and just kind of ease it over, shake it over the tree limb. That'll help you a bunch. Got him! Yeah! Look at that fish. That's what I'm talking about, son. That's a little bit bigger fish right there. That's what I'm talking about. Flip it right out there. Now here's the deal, when you see them sitting around all that stuff, what makes this so much fun to throw is all I did was twitch the bait. When you twitch the bait, it makes the blade flutter. Now normally if you twitch a bait, like say if you twitch the bait real hard, say just the regular Senko, it's harder to get that kind of reaction out of the fish. When he sees that little blade going, boy, he goes nuts. Boy, I got him good. Let's get him, let's get the pliers out on this bad boy. There we go. It's a nice fish. Up there shallow, right around the bushes. He saw that bait I threw out there, and he saw the bait and he looked at it and it sat there, and I went boom, boom, real quick little flashes, and that blade twitched like that, and he just hammered it. Loved it. Got him. That's what happens when you see him up there. I saw him swimming around up there. Come here, dude. Gotcha. Boy, when you throw this thing up there and it just starts to fall, boy, they see that and they just go after it. Not a giant fish, but a fun fish. Little Roosevelt Lake bass. I'm gonna redo my Senko here. Oh, find me another one, keep my blade. Just pop that blade out and go to another one. One thing that's really important to remember when you're doing this kind of fishing for sure is to be sure, without a doubt, that when you see the fish, you don't throw right on top of the fish. Figure out about which way he's going. If he's swimming left, right, whatever way he's going, throw about 5 or even 8 feet up in front of him. Give them a chance to go over there to it, because if you throw right on them, a lot of times they spook and they're gone. Hey folks, for my tip of the week, one thing really important to remember, this blade is a fun thing to throw in this bait. Now, there's been people that say you can glue these in there, you know, catch a fish or two or whatever. My theory is make sure you buy plenty of Senkos. And the reason why is after I catch a fish or so on this Senko, if I haven't lost it on the fish, because they will sling this and you'll lose your blade, your best bet's just to replace the Senko. It's hard to get quite a few fish out of the same bait, and you'll lose these little guys. They get expensive to lose, so the reality is once you catch a fish on it, if you've tore any of the nose on this bait, then odds are you're better off going ahead and just replacing the whole bait and putting the blade back in the bait. And the reason for that is like I said, if the nose is tore at all, a lot of times the fish will sling the bait on the second one and you'll lose the bait and everything. So it'll save you some baits, but it's really important just to replace the bait quick. So make sure you got plenty of packages of Senkos for this. I got him. That's a little bit better fish, isn't it? Oh, he ate it. He ate it, folks. Oh, I lost my little spinner too. Look at that fish. Little Roosevelt Lake bass. This is fun, man. We haven't gone 200 yards down the bank today, man. Having a blast. Hang in there, buddy. Got it. Look at that. beautiful. That's just a big, you know, that's a big male right there. Just wow. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. You know, a lot of it, what I'm doing too, is you gotta wear a good pair of polarized sunglasses. And what I can do is I'm up in the shallows, the wind's not blowing so hard up in here, and I even see the carp moving in and out of these trees. But a lot of times you'll stop and you'll go, hey man, a bass just chased one of those carp out and then went back up under a brush pile or something like that. Throw that thing in there and let it flutter and bang. And I mean, just as you make a crank on it or let it flutter over top of something, that blade, it grabs their attention and they turn around and just automatically go snap at it. It's awesome. Oh, dang. Oh, got her. Got that one. Got her. Oh, she's wiped at it too. That's a good fish. That's what I'm talking about, son. Look at that. Oh. No, no, no. No, no, no. Get over here. That is a giant, folks. A giant. Look at that fish. Oh my goodness. She went after that bait. It's my secret bait. Beautiful fish. Flip my crawl in there. Whoo, that one was hard to see. You could see it was tough to get out of that bush right there. That is a giant. That's a Facebook pic, folks. Let us get a quick Facebook pic right here, baby. We'll be right back. All right, baby. What a fish. Let's let her go. Oh, go on. That is a giant fish, man. Had to pull out the big dog on that. She went after that craw. That giant craw I love to use. And I'll tell you what, I've caught a lot of fish on this particular bait, folks. A lot of fish. And over the years. And whew, that thing's a monster. I didn't think I had her at first. She started swimming out underneath the thing with it. That's crazy. That's a beautiful fish, folks. Those craw, Texas rigging, 17-pound test line, you can't beat it. I've had a great day on the show today, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. I'm Johnny Johnson. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about, folks.